This is probably one of the toughest times through which the entire human race is going through. And especially for India, for a generation like ours, we are never going to see a time as tough as what we are going through today. Even though COVID cases have been rising throughout the entire nation, in the past few days, recovery rates have also started risen. And the times through which we are going through, nothing can get worse than this. Which in a way also means that things will only get better from where we are standing today. There is no way whatsoever in which we can defy the reality, the way the country is suffering. But at the same time, the things can also get extremely overwhelming for a brain like ours, especially when we are back at our homes, mostly in a solitude or in an alone environment. And at such times, it becomes very essential to give your brains an outlet through which you can take your focus away from the regular heartbreaking and depressing news that we have been hearing to something more positive, to something more inspiring, to something more motivational, which gives you a ray of hope. And in such lines, festivals happen to be one of the finest ways in which a country like India derives hope from. And by festivals, I do not mean physical gathering of people exchanging sweets, or for that matter, going to a place and celebrating something, but more on an ideological and a philosophical level. Because these festivals are deeply entrenched in the way that we have been brought up, and in some way it refreshes our memory and gives us a better purpose and a clearer vision for what our lives are meant to be. And this can apply to any religion whatsoever. And on the same lines, today, that is 25th of April, is the birth date of Lord Mahavira, which is also known as Mahavir Jayanti or Mahavir Janma Kalyanak. So in this special edition of Finesse, I take us all back into something more positive, something more inspirational, something which will give us a way to think about better things at such a worst time, and give you a few teachings of Lord Mahavira and the whole blanket Jain religion as a whole, and how they have become more relevant than they ever used to be in the current times. If there's one thing that has been saving lives and getting us oxygen, remdesivir, or for that matter, life-saving medicines, is not government authorities, but it's us, people helping each other. And the blanket motto of the entire Jain religion and the teachings of Mahavira fall back on just one motto, which is Parasparopaha Graho Jivanam, which in a literal meaning means souls render service to one another. To break down the word, Paraspara means mutual, Upagraha means assistance, and Jiva means living beings, which means that it is the mutual help of the entire living organisms or the entire human race which is going to give us a purpose of life. And that cannot be proven in any ways better than what we are going through today, with each and every one of us trying to help as best as we can. And that too for even a stranger that whom we do not know, but still we are willing to take a step ahead to help each other and to render service to each other. And that is how that motto becomes extremely relevant in today's context. The three major pillars on which the entire Jain religion stands upon are Ahimsa, Anekantvad, and Aparigraha. Let me walk you through these principles and show you that how these are not just mere principles which used to be existent in the early days of Indian history, but are extremely important even today as well. Ahimsa, which literally translates to non-violence or peace, is the first important thing that is extremely relevant today. COVID-19, the disease through which the entire human race is suffering through today, is nothing but a zoonotic disease. A disease which spreads due to killing of wild animals and mutations among them, when a lot of wild animals are killed and kept in a place and mercilessly stacked upon one another and sold and eaten without any mercy whatsoever. And this does not only apply to COVID-19, but most of the pandemics that we have been through, like the Great Plague, rabies, West Nile virus, CDC, that is Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the blanket body which is leading United States response for COVID-19, also concludes that 6 out of any 10 infectious diseases are nothing but zoonotic in nature because of humans eating wild animals mercilessly, and those diseases then transfer from such animals to humans and mutate a lot in between, creating massive destruction for the entire human race. Geopolitical tensions are the most rapidly growing concerns of the entire world, be it from North Korea and South Korea to Middle East issues to US-China issues to emergence of China's bullying practices in the APAC regions. All of these practices are nothing but an extended version of violence, a violence which results into nothing but fatalities and loss of humankind. And if we see and look around ourselves, there is no way in which a war has helped us. It is only through diplomacy, that is peace, and talks which have always helped to lead the way through, and not some mere fighting or a face-off between two countries or between two armies. But the ultimate weapon of peace is what is still helping us. Even in such an advanced environment wherein we live today, with military weapons getting as advanced as possible. Second tenet, which is aparigra. Aparigra literally translates to non-attachment. If there's one thing once again that this COVID environment has taught us, is that there is no material position that is going to help you. Money is as useless as it can get. It is entirely your relations or the interpersonal connections that you have built through the entire period of your existence which actually pays back. The third and the last tenet, which is anekantvad, which means plurality of opinions. In a current context, and especially for a country, a democratic country like India, plurality in views and opinions have become of immense importance. And Jainism as a religion has always focused upon many-sidedness or many-facedness of any happening whatsoever, which means that there cannot be an absolute way of looking at things, and there always has to be multiple opinions about any happening, and then through multiple deliberation over such opinions is what the optimal outcome should come out of. Lastly, let me conclude by talking about a few lifestyle patterns which Lord Mahavira asked their followers to lead. Few practices of Jains always covering their mouth, which used to look like absurd practice few years before, have now become an entire reality for the entire world. And a practice of always cleaning or sweeping things before sitting has also become of immense importance when we talk about healthy hygiene practices, especially during a time of COVID-19. To conclude, no one can argue that the times are not tough. It is you who needs to become tougher. And the only way to become tougher in this time is to become softer, is to follow regular practices of letting your mental exhaustion vent out through practices like meditation. A practice which the entire Indian religious culture has always emphasized upon, with vibrations of things like Om and an effort to find your own selves while you being in solitude, is the only way through which you can give your brain a respite, a sigh of relief from the entire depressing and heartbreaking news that we are hearing every day from the last few weeks. Remember, it is what you think is what you become. For a moment, if you think that you are not getting oxygen, you will actually start feeling breathlessness. So it is your brain which is going to lead your way out. So make your brain lead your way ahead and have faith in things. Have faith in ulterior superior things which have no justification whatsoever. But if it helps in finding you a path, then it's enough for an belief in keeping such superior forces above us. I hope you found some value out of this video. In case you find that these are times in which a need of spreading positivity is important, then don't forget to share it with your friends and families. At last, Jai Jinendra.